Good morning, everyone, and thank you for being here. Uh, it's, we look forward to a wonderful talk by Dr. Bruce Piasecki. Uh, but before that, I would like to make a very special introduction. We have a new dean at the business school. His name is William Moore, and he has joined FDU as our dean after serving as the dean at the Franklin P. Purdue School of Business in Salisbury University. His academic areas are collective bargaining, conflict and dispute resolution, comparative labor relations, organizational behavior, human resource management, and privatization. In addition to his academic background, he has more than 10 years of private industry experience, including supervisory and managerial positions in human resource and labor relations. Dr. Moore has extensive management training, development, consulting experience in a variety of organizations. Prior to Salisbury, he was dean at the Valparaiso University in Indiana, and prior to that, to his career at Drake University in Des Moines, Iowa. I welcome Dean Moore and request him to say a few words.
Good morning, everyone. When Gerard mentioned to me that there would be this session this morning, I was very pleased to hear that. He may not have mentioned, but for a number of years I have been involved in the area of sustainability, looking at especially that connection between the three areas that we're often involved with in the business community: profits or growth and survival of the company, one; being a social citizen, two; and the third leg of that stool that we're all involved with, the environment. And how do we as a business community and all that we do leave this world a better place because of us than it was before we came here? And as business people, that's a part of what we have to do. So I've long been a part of that. I'm also pleased for a session like today's session, because we always have that task of how do we take this discussion about the greening of the world, especially nowadays as we talk about red states and blue states. We need to talk about a green world. How do we take that discussion from the 30,000 feet level to the more practical level whereby we could all understand and we could all participate? There's a lot to do, so we should not be saying, what can I do? With all the things we have to do, it's not difficult to find something that we all can do. But we need some kind of way of coalescing what we do. And this seminar this morning is one of the ways of coalescing all of those opportunities. Maybe not all of them at this session, but certainly helping us understand all of those opportunities. So with that said, welcome on behalf of Fairleigh Dickinson University, the Silverman College of Business, and the Institute for Sustainable Enterprise, CHARMS, to today's session. I hope you find it rewarding and beneficial as you join with us in trying to bring it down to a more practical level whereby we can all be participants in making this as green a world as it can possibly be. Thank you. Have a good session.
I'd now request Umrato, one of our graduate assistants, to introduce the speaker.
Good morning, everyone. On behalf of the Institute for Sustainable Enterprise and the Center for Human Resource Management Studies, welcome to this morning's breakfast seminar. My name is Ai Uramoto, and I'm the graduate assistant. So today's topic is why going global will collide with going green each day of the new century. Our speaker for today is Dr. Piasecki. I'm sorry. Dr. Piasecki is the president and founder of the American Hazard Control Group, a management consulting firm specializing in energy, materials, and corporate environmental matters since 1981. He's also an author of the books on business strategy, valuation, and corporate change. So, Dr. Piasecki, please.
Thank you for that introduction. It's an honor to be introduced by some great Japanese-American leaders of the future. I'm happy to report that this book, World Inc., is coming out in Japanese, which is a surprise and delight to me. I couldn't imagine a more beautiful setting than this. I really want to thank Gina and Gerald and my past student Matt Polsky for helping to make this happen, and it's been a delight already to meet people that I've only heard about before, like Bill Russell or the Dean of Management, the new Dean of Management here. So today we're going to try and accomplish three things. The first is I want to report to you about lessons I've learned over the last 18 years by getting together 80 of the largest companies in the world on site remediation, risk reduction, corporate governance matters, and delivering on the bottom line regarding energy and environment. Because that was, in fact, the source of my book, World Inc. So the second thing I want to do is give you an overview on World Inc. And then the third thing I'm hoping to do is to get inputs from you, because we're all on this journey together. So we want this to be interactive. And I will finish my short set of slides in time for lots of Q&A. So the first thing I wanted to do is have you all pass this around. If I could have the next slide, Lily. Let me introduce Lily Gedney from my group. She is our group liaison. We have senior associates throughout North America, and she keeps us all aligned. She's also, I'm working on a new edition of my In Search of Environmental Excellence book, and she's helping me there as well. So what I would like to convey to you is that I don't believe this new book is a book of advocacy. I think of it as a book of social history. And so please think of the things I'm going to say to you as a report from the field and nothing more. The list of these 40 companies that I'm going to give to you, these are the reflections in the petroleum space of BP and Chevron and the $39 billion oil sands giant Suncor. These are the reflections of DuPont, Dow, Lyondell, Chemtura. These are the reflections of Whirlpool, reflections of big professional service groups like CH2M Hill or URS. So it's really me as a social historian characterizing some change. So it builds from this 18-year leadership benchmarking workshop called the Corporate Affiliates Program. And my slides are designed to simply help you visualize what I have experienced as a new trend in capitalism. Now, there are some great thinkers that I'd recommend you read their books about this new trend in capitalism. One of the most distinct is Stu Hart in his book, Capitalism on the Crossroads. But what I focused on is the rising role of energy prices and the emergence of new social expectations, something that I think this Institute of Sustainable Enterprise is centering itself on. So it's a very timely effort on your part. So because this is a report from the field, let me start with what I consider the mega facts, or the big facts, or the higher facts. It was towards the end of last century